I started doing Shakespeare, couldn't read it, couldn't understand it, was like, man, get out of here.
D'Angelo Graziano's introduction to the Bard came in an unusual classroom.
It's a very bizarre way to have a Shakespeare class. We are the only Shakespeare program in a segregated unit in solitary confinement anywhere in the world. Never before attempted, 7 years later, never duplicated either. We've got a group of our graduates from the program that will be speaking about their experiences in the program and the benefits of their time with Shakespeare.
Dr. Bates's students are inmates locked in solitary confinement in the Wabash Valley Correctional Facility.
I've been here in this shoe for 9 years straight, and I've been participating in the Shakespeare class the last, 7 years? Is it 7 years?
It's been 7 years.
7 years.
In those years, the inmates have journeyed through the lives of Shakespeare's characters.
Are you motivated in the choices that you make by your conscience or by your ego?
I think there was a little bit of both playing itself out with Macbeth, because his ego, first and foremost, a man, a general that he was, he feel entitled.
Inmates study Shakespeare's criminal tragedies, then apply them to their lives.
Make us basically look into a mirror and see ourselves through these characters, and take a learning stance from what they've been doing and what we are going through.
Once I learned how to decipher it, it opened all these other doors for me, because then I could break down the stories and actually dissect these stories and put them in my life.
Literature reveals truths about yourself and about humanity that you can't just recognize, in your daily life.
Inmates do more than read and analyze the plays. They rewrite them.
He only knew that bill is summoning his soul to the kiss of the longing lips of death.
Then inmates and general population perform the adaptations.
I just figured that anything I could do that would just maybe bring a smile to some guy's life back there, and have him have a better day, then I just decided it was a good thing. And that's why I did it originally.
The adaptations speak against violence, revenge, and gangs. Most recently, Dr. Bates worked with the women at Rockville Correctional Facility and the men at Wabash Valley to turn Taming of the Shrew into a play against domestic violence.
This is actually a groundbreaking evening for us, because it's the first of its kind that takes women who are incarcerated and their works and partners up with men who are incarcerated at a totally different facility and Indiana State all in one.
After hearing Dr. Bates discuss the program in class, Caitlin Stuckey wanted to be involved.
My job was basically to combine those two parts.
Caitlin helped to create the script that the prisoners performed in front of their friends, family, and other prisoners.
They really bring a lot to the table in terms of their interpretations of it, because without that literature background, it is their interpretations based on just their own experiences in life.
Those who have studied Shakespeare have found it life-changing.
Dr. Bates saved my life back there, because I was on the border of losing my mind.
Father, gentleman, wife.
That's key to rehabilitation. It's finding your humanity, instead of acting out and just living in a cage and being told what to do all the time. You revert back to an animalistic prison, like a primitive type behavior, and these programs here will keep you grounded.
I'll tell you what, let's walk through the play somewhat in chronological order.
Dr. Bates has worked with more than 200 prisoners in segregated housing in 7 years.
Of the 200, we've not had any kind of violent incident to date by anyone who's in the program. So yes, Shakespeare can save an individual life.
I want to be the man, you know what I mean?
Shakespeare can stop a convicted killer from killing again. I've seen that happen more than once. And that is our explicit focus for working with the worst of the worst, the most violent prisoners in the state of Indiana. All right, Mr. Dukes, thank you.
Thank you.
For Indiana State University, I'm Jennifer Sicking.